Hey guys, it's Terry from Waving My Wand, and today I've been playing all week actually with the Tonic Studio's Dream in Color collection, and this is from Scrapbookcom. And I did an unboxing video earlier, so if you missed that, I'll try and share a link to that in this video. But what I've done earlier in the week on my social media, I made some really pretty card panels using one of the stencils that came in the Dream in Color collection. And this is the petal pattern stencil. And I'll be sharing that quick 1-minute video at the end of this video. But I basically used watercolor pencils to create a border that I spritzed with water, and I used my stencil to transfer the mashup of colors onto some of the white cards that were included in the Dream in Color collection. And these are the Craft Perfect watercolor card from Tonic Studios. These are A2 size sheets. They're stark white, and I talked more about that in my unboxing video. But I wanted to show you a couple fun little mini panels that I made for a card panel. And what I've done is I've used the Tonic Studios Hello die, and I've used it to split this watercolored card panel in half. So I've already done that, just to save time here. And I wanted to show you some fun ways that you can add some glitter and sparkle to your cards by splitting your card panels in half. And as you can see, you can make this as thin or as wide as you would like. But to begin, let me just show you some of the products that I used. First, I started with, again, using the petal pattern stencil. I used some of the Nuvo Triple Berry embellishment mousse. And I stenciled a little piece of cardstock with a knife palette. And I wanted to see how it would look on the back side of this split card. So let's take a look at how that's going to turn out. And for this one, because the pattern is so busy in the background, you might want to have your wording be a little closer together. But you can see the pattern coming through. It's almost like patterned paper, only it's actual textured mousse. So that's a neat little way to use your Nuvo embellishment mousse. Another thing I did was made a little panel using the rainbow quartz triangles. And these are super sparkly and they're iridescent. And I thought that would be like really sparkly for a background here. So let's take a look at how that would look. Super pretty. It looks a little blue from your vision, but from my angle, it's very iridescent, as you can see. All right, so that was the second little panel that I made. Next, I just used some of the glitter paper that was included in the Dream in Color collection, and it came with 2 8x11 sheets of glitter paper. It's super pretty, and this coordinates with a lot of the products in the collection. And this is probably the easiest thing you're going to do is with the glitter paper. Super easy, but it has a lot of impact. Look at that. This was my favorite, actually. And you can, like I said, you can make it wider, you can bring it together a little bit. I actually like it a little better when it's brought together. And next up we have some of the glitter from the Pure Sheen Glitter collection. One of the new colors is Mermaid Parade, and it's ultra fine. And what I did was I had some adhesive embellishment sheets, and I went ahead and sprinkled this onto there. So let's take a look at how that looks. And this definitely is going to bring out your Easter colors, your spring colors. maybe even something for summer. It looks a little dark from your view, but from my view, it's very bright. It's kind of hard to tell with this lighting, but it is very bright. It is not a dark color at all. And lastly, I used the peach confetti. The peach confetti is also a very fluorescent color. It's very bright, and this coordinates also with some of the patterned paper that comes in the Dream in Color patterned paper collection. Let's take a look at some of that. This is also in my unboxing video. So I made a little panel of the peach confetti, and this is a total contrast in color here, but let's take a look and see what we think. And there you have it. I think it's super pretty. How about you? And this confetti, it's tiny, tiny little circles. And what I did to adhere this, actually, I did a little different technique. I took some of my Nuvo Dream Drops. The Dream Drops are part of the Dream in Color collection, and this is the Fairy Wings. And what I did was just trim a piece of white cardstock, and I used my palette knife here to spread some of the Dream Drops on there. So there's a little bit of pink that's peeking through here. And that is that for my card panel that I split, and wanted to just show you some suggestions, some ideas for creating with these patterned watercolor panels that I made. And I made about 6 or 7 of these in about 5 minutes. It was super easy to do. And like I said, I'll have the 1-minute video at the end of this post showing you how that was done. Next, I made a shaker card. I haven't completely assembled it yet, but I used some of the nesting dies from Scrapbookcom, the nesting heart dies. And again, I'm using cardstock that was included in the Craft Perfect Dream in Color paper pad. And I like to use a lot of adhesive, so just to make sure it's good and sturdy. So I've already placed my crafty adhesive tape on the back. I've got a sheet of acetate adhered on here, and I've already kind of picked out some of the gemstones that I want to put in my shaker, and I'll sprinkle those out and show them to you really quick. And I did mix this up because I just thought it would be so fun to have a mix. But I'm using the Silver Rain, and again, these are all included in the Dream in Color collection. These are very iridescent, and it actually reminds me of some of the mirror cardstock that comes with this. And I'm also using the amethyst squares, and they come in a variety of sizes. So, you know, you've got little itty bitty tiny ones, and then larger squares in there. And lastly, I mixed in a little bit of the crystal gems, and these are also, these are prism type gemstones. Let's see if I can find one here. And they are multifaceted, and I've got a sequin stuck. But that's the crystal gemstones, and they sparkle, super sparkly, very pretty. And these come in also a multitude of sizes as well. So what I want to do before I adhere my top panel to this card, I have a top fold card that I've already scored, and I've adhered some of the patterned paper that's included in my collection that I received. And so what I'm going to do is just dump my little gemstones in a little bunch right here. And that's about the only way I know how to do it. And I'm going to peel off all of my, what do you call it, lining off of my crafty tape. So let me finish that off camera, and I'll be right back. All right, so let's go ahead and adhere our shaker panel. Get this lined up just right. Oh, I think I need to bring those little shaker sequins down just a little bit. All right, let's try it again. Okie dokie. That should do it. Let's seal that really well. And then I'm going to show you another little trick. So it's in there good. We've got our little pretty shakers. And let's see if you can see that up close. Look at that sparkle. Isn't that gorgeous? So pretty. All right, next I've got some another word die that I want to show you. And this is from the Hello word die that I showed you earlier. And what I've done is I've cut out two different colors using the glitter cardstock, and there's another cardstock here that's more, let's see if I can reach it. It's a lavender color. It's real swirly, pearlescent. And so I cut this Hello die twice, and I'm mixing the two together. And just a word of advice, before you separate any of your words here, you might want to run some adhesive across the back first. It'll just make it that much easier to handle when you've got everything adhered together. And so I'm actually not going to use this entire piece. What I've decided to do, and I haven't even tried it yet, but I just want to use the bottom portion and stagger this. So let's trim this and go ahead and remove the top portion. There we go. Okay. We're going to separate that, and it's going to be pretty sticky because I've already added some adhesive. What I want to do first is put the word down. So, can you see that? Am I off camera? And like I said, it's super sticky. I've already added my adhesive. That just makes it easier to handle. If you like to work with adhesive sheets, that's an option as well. You actually just lay your paper onto an adhesive sheet and die cut everything at once. So, let's decide where we want to put this. I want my hello word to show up. And I want it to look right, so all right, I'm going to go ahead and press it down, and then we'll just trim the edges off. And then I'm going to add my staggered piece. All right. Let's see what I do with it. Here it is. How do you like the way that looks? I think it's interesting. I just can't decide how far down I want to go with it. What do you think? Right up against it or further down? I cannot decide. I think I'm just going to drop down a little bit with it and have it be staggered. And trim that. And then guess what? We're going to call it a day. So I hope you've enjoyed this little tutorial on some of the Dream in Color products. I'll have shopping links in the video description if you're interested in taking a closer look at these. And also, if you will, be sure and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I would certainly appreciate it. And if you would like this video, that would be the icing on the cake. So thanks for stopping in. Be sure you follow Scrapbookcom as well, and Tonic Studios USA. Thanks for popping in, folks. Hey guys, I'm going to show you a really quick technique using Tonic Studio's watercolor pencils and Tonic Studio's Craft Perfect watercolor cards, and a stencil from Tonic Studios. This is the petal pattern, I believe, stencil. Just take your watercolor pencils and swipe one of your watercolor cards. Lay your stencil down and spritz with water. And then press your stencil into that so that the stencil can grab some of that inky mixture. Once you've done that, pick up your stencil and transfer it to a blank piece of watercolor card. Lay it down, press it in, and you will end up with some gorgeous patterned backgrounds. You'll want to heat dry that with your craft heat tool, but this is what they look like. Gosh, I've already made about 6 of these. They are so pretty. This is going to be great for spring and Easter cards. Part of the Dream in Color collection. Check it out at Scrapbookcom.